Dr. Devin from Dr. Devin's Wellness Wednesday Workshop. I am here to you live on Wednesday, February 27th. That's about 11:45 a.m. Today we're going to talk about something awesome. We're going to talk about this child right here who is no longer a baby. She just turned 11 years old on Monday. So that's hard to believe that my little baby is 11 years old. She's been adjusted since the day she was born. I was adjusted since the day I was born. We're going to talk a little bit about me, and then we're going to talk a little bit about her. Both my parents are chiropractors. This is actually me with my dad, who obviously I look nothing alike, and my mom, and there's me. That's my first time in Los Angeles. We were at a chiropractic seminar. I was born at home. We lived upstairs. The chiropractic office was downstairs. My mom, as soon as I was born, adjusted me, and I've been adjusted regularly ever since then, and I'm healthy pretty much all the time. My daughter, who I showed you that picture of just a minute ago, when she was born, I adjusted her about an hour after she was born, and she's pretty healthy most of the time. If she does get sick, it's not for very long. So your question might be, why would a chiropractor adjust a baby? The birth process is pretty traumatic. The average OBGYN pulls on the baby's head straight out with about 70 to 90 pounds of pressure on the head, and then they twist the neck over 90 degrees, and then they jam it back and forth to pull on the baby. 70 to 90 pounds. An average newborn weighs about 7 to 8 pounds, so more than 10 times their body weight. They're just pulling. And that will affect the bones in their neck, and then it could cause them all kinds of issues as they grow up. There's actually a study that was done, and 1,000 kids, 500 were adjusted once, 500 were never adjusted, and the 500 who were adjusted once after 10 years had fewer sick days from school just for them one adjustment when they were born, or shortly after they were born. So an OBGYN pulls with 70 to 90 pounds of pressure, just average OBGYN. Vacuum and forceps bring it up to over 100 pounds of pressure on the baby's neck. And kids who do get sick under regular chiropractic care, if they do get sick, they get better a lot faster. Chiropractic adjustments have been shown through research to improve the immune system by about 200%. The number one reason kids come to chiropractors is for ear infections. The bones in the neck, along with the eustachian tube that comes on. Eustachian tubes in adults are more pointed this way. In children, they're more pointed this way so that they can't drain like normal. But there's actually a muscle that's controlled by a bone right about here in the neck. That muscle will help lift the eustachian tube up so that it can start draining again. Another reason parents bring kids to chiropractors for ear infections, because in 2004, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommended not giving antibiotics for acute otitis media, which is an ear infection, because antibiotics do little to no good for acute otitis media, and they eventually create superbugs. So parents definitely don't want their kids to have superbugs, so they bring them here. In 2013, the AAP reversed that stance because, when parents have a kid with an ear infection, they want something done right now. So they were demanding something, so they still gave them antibiotics, and even though they didn't help, it made them feel better because they were giving them something. So bring your kids here before they get ear infections to stop them from getting ear infections in the future. So my tip for this week, there was a news article, quote-unquote news article, about the dangers of essential oils in the Charlotte area. We've been using essential oils for almost 4 years, and it was kind of funny how terrible this news article, the advertising for it was. It talks about how dangerous it is and how it could kill infants and children. This one oil, 1 teaspoon of this one oil. First of all, do not ever use a teaspoon of oil. That is insane. These are highly concentrated oils. If you use a teaspoon of this oil for anything, you are nuts. It's just crazy to think. 1 to 2 drops is pretty much all anybody ever uses for anything. But they were saying a teaspoon of this one oil, which is Wintergreen. Wintergreen from Young Living Essential Oils comes with a child-proof cap. Let me actually go show you the Wintergreen. Do you know why Wintergreen comes with a child-proof cap? It comes with a child-proof cap so that you do not let your children get a hold of it. See, you cannot spin this open. It's child-proof. It's one of the few oils with a child-proof cap just for that reason, because it's not supposed to be ingested or used by children. So, tip for this week, don't believe everything you hear on the news. Yes, do not use a tablespoon of essential oils pretty much ever. Wintergreen, don't ever ingest it even if you're an adult, because it's got a childproof cap. If it's got a childproof cap, don't ingest it. Have a great day. Bye.